Today was my lowest weigh-in at 180. Pool, barrel sauna, ice bath, the good life right here. Spoke with the judges and basically got some feedback on how I can improve. Good morning. It is the day after the show. Feeling good. Slept in for the first time in a while. Somewhat happy with me on my sleep score. Got a beautiful view that we're waking up to here in Encinitas. Still kind of processing yesterday. It was a super amazing experience, ton to learn. I think I broke down on the posing, and that is a huge opportunity for me over the next 3 weeks to really make some strides in my posing and make sure that that is cleaned up, because in the debut class, it's easy to get away with that, but in the open class versus everybody, that's when you have the veterans in there that know what they're doing, and it showed. So it's a good learning experience. I'm gonna take that to heart and do what I can over the next 3 weeks to really dial that in. Come back stronger on June 7th and get into that open class and try to go for my pro card. So all around, an amazing experience. Feeling very fortunate. Had an amazing meal with family and then another one with Manami. So I'm gonna weigh in and see what kind of damage I did. Yesterday was my lowest weigh-in at 180. You'll see how much I jumped up overnight with all the salt yesterday and carb dinner and stuff too, which was totally different food than I've been eating over the course of the last few months. So I'm about to enjoy a coffee with this view. It's gonna be hard to beat. Relaxing and hanging out. Nice lattes, just tastes delicious. This place is pretty cool. Morning walk with the coffees, relaxing. It's a good life right here. Still looking orange. Now I just look like some kind of fake dude in OC trying to get a tan. Somehow's washed off, but not enough to look awkward. So look at this place, this is sweet. Got a pool, barrel sauna, ice bath. I'll be using that. All right, so morning cardio complete. Just trying to manage some of the calories I had last night. Had a nice meal, some duck carnitas, was delicious. Weight was up this morning as expected, so trying to mitigate some of the damage. Going to breakfast now. All right, so breakfast looking pretty nice. A nice assortment, great view. Pretty sick setup here in Encinitas. Nice Sunday, relaxing day, enjoying it. Got a cold plunge right outside. Pretty nice little setup they have here. Definitely a fan of this hotel. All right, so we are back in Torrance, getting some morning steps in. I just wanted to go over some of the feedback I got from the judges and what I'm doing to implement those moving forward. So I went to the after event after the show, spoke with the judges and basically got some feedback on how I can improve, coming into that June 7th show. So they told me some interesting things. The first thing is, they said that, look, they could tell that it was kind of my first competition, in the sense that I looked a little bit underconfident, a little deer in the headlights on stage. They said it got better kind of as it went on, but then in that last round when I started fatigue, they could see it on my face as well. So I kind of lost that charisma, that stage presence, and I was just kind of looking like I was struggling, which I kind of was, admittedly, but so it's just being able to really show that it's effortless, that you have that charisma, that stage presence, and not give the judges a reason to take their eyes off of you. That's what you're going for here. So anyways, I'm doing longer opposing holds because I really want to make sure I mitigate that fatigue, just to the extent that we have another kind of crazy pose off like they had with me on that last guy in that last round. I'm also actually doing those holds while I'm walking uphill on the treadmill, which is a new element. Shout out to my coach Kevin for giving me that. But basically, you're fatigued, you're breathing hard, and then you're just trying to lock that core in and keep your core tight as you're walking uphill, which is very challenging. And then we're working on some flare stuff, so just kind of having a little bit of charisma, a little bit more flare. I was kind of like a statue up there, they said, so making sure that I'm kind of doing these little things that kind of add a little bit of flair to it, which is not natural for me. I'm a pretty stiff dude. So I'm working on those in hopes that we can make, a better kind of stage presence and bring a little more charisma to the stage on June 7th. So I thought that was great feedback. I wanted to share with you guys. That's what I'm doing to implement it, and we will continue to push. Tune in for the next vlog. I'm going to be talking about kind of how I balance a full-time job with, this training and stuff, and show you kind of some little tips and hacks that I use to make sure I stay on top of matters and, stay dialed in. So hopefully you guys are enjoying the journey, and I'll try to do what I can to add as much value over the course of this journey as I can. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.